I'll tell you what happened. The snake is gone. Yeah, the snake is gone. I'm so happy right now. Holy crap. Woo! The snake that my son had over the Christmas holiday or winter holiday break, whatever you want to call it, we got rid of it today. We gave it back to the school finally, thank God. He's like, maybe we hold on to it for another couple days because it's so cold outside. I'm like, how about no? How about no? We get that mofo out of this house ASAP, bro. ASAP. So we got rid of him. Steve Hissington was his name, if you don't know. Okay. Here's what's funny. We got him the last day of school before winter break. We just gave him back this morning to the school. Every single night, my son would get irritated with me because I would always say, the cage is locked, right? Or the whatever, his thing is locked, right? The enclosure. Yeah, Dad, you don't need to keep reminding me, okay? And I would check it. I would always check it. Last night, guess what happened? His last night in this house. The last night. I kid you freaking not, guys. I check the enclosure. And guess what it was? Thank God the damn snake was in its little area where it just curled up and doing nothing. Motherfucker. It was unlocked. Oh my God. The fear that ran through my body because I'm checking it. Then I'm like, then I had to look to make sure it was in there because it's under this like little rock thing. And I had to like look to make sure it was still there. Because then I'm like thinking, in the mat, you know how it is. Like something crazy like that happens and you got a billion things running through your mind in a matter of a second. I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna get Gary. Gary, Daddy's coming. Or Juliet, the new puppy. So it's either Gary the cat or Juliet the puppy. And then sure enough, it was still in there. I was so freaked out. So free. And my son, it doesn't process to him. He's so comfortable around snakes. I'm not. You know who else isn't comfortable around snakes? The things that snakes eat. Okay? Oh my God. His last night here and he forgets to freaking lock it. I did give some parting words to Steve Hissington as he left, and I hope that Steve Hissington was able to hear it and is able to really comprehend what I meant when I said, "You're the devil." It's good. It's good. Oh my God. Not a fan of snakes. And then the fact that he left it unlocked. Oh my God. It's freaked me out. Could you imagine? I would have defecated in my pants. I'm sorry, guys. That's what would have happened. You're like, oh my God, where is he? Where is he? There's so many places to hide. This is why I say clean your room. Oh my God. Oh. And that happened to somebody a few years ago where the snake got out of the enclosure over a winter break. They couldn't find it. They ended up finding it behind the dishwasher of somebody's house. It was crazy, crazy. Anyway, Steve is gone. Steve is gone. Sweet Jesus, Steve is gone. I don't have any celebration things or anything like that. I just can tell you this. I'm very happy at this moment.
Right, as always.
Damn it, Ken, you get me. You get me so much. Anyway, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching. Remember, today's episode is presented to you by BetOnline. In fact, BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, college basketball, NHL to UFC, BetOnline is the number one sports betting source for your new year. From touchdowns to three-pointers and hat tricks, BetOnline has you covered on every game, every play, every win. Go to betonline.ag right now. It's BetOnline. The game starts here. Real quick, if you're watching on video, you'll notice my background has changed. It's because last night I was going to make a promo video where I was joking around about having a hot dog competition at a gay bar. Okay. We sent it to some friends that swing that direction and they said it was funny. But then I was like, "Nah, I don't know." And then my wife looks at me and she's all, "If you really want a critique about your show, it's your background. It drives me nuts." So she's like, "It's too cluttered. You can tell your brain's all over the place with like ADHD or whatever. Okay. Just so much going on. It's really distracting." I said, "Do you even watch my videos?" No. That's not what she sounds like. But anyway, so I kind of rearrange it. I know she's gonna this weekend. She's gonna go have her way with the wall. She's all basically one or two things on the wall, and that's it. So I got rid of like some of my little figurines over there. I still have Sean and Gus from Psych. I got the banana guy, Split from Savannah Bananas. I got an old credential, trying to simplify it so it doesn't fuck up her day, not my day. God damn it. She hurts me so much. She hurts me so much. Anyway, I think I can cry on command. I just made myself cry. That's fucking awesome. I could be an actor. I could be an actor. I'll start off in porn. Okay. I'll just be the miscellaneous guy that gets rejected. And then she ends up banging some other dude, right? But I'll be crying in the corner. I'll be like, "I just wanted to stick my penis in your vagina. That's it." She's like, "Why don't you just finish delivering the pizzas in your car, you fucker?" And I'm like, ah. And then somebody will notice me. Next thing you know, boom, I'm at the Golden Globes. Then boom, I'm winning an Oscar. What's your origin story, Scott? Well, I was doing a podcast. I was talking about how my wife was mean to me by saying how she doesn't like my background. Next thing you know, I was in porn and I was just an extra that was getting rejected. And then here we are, okay? Beating out Tom Cruise and George Clooney and whoever the hell else is popular. I don't know. George Clooney doesn't even make movies anymore, does he? Does he? I don't know. I don't know. I beat somebody out, okay? Anyway, good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, let's do it. Let's jump into some headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
This is disturbing. This is not helping the case of Gen Zers, okay? It's not. I saw this article, and on one small hand, I kind of get it. I get it, but it's kind of annoying. Phone calls make Gen Zers anxious. Okay, I get that. Sometimes I don't want to talk to people, right? I'm like, fuck. You know, there's always that friend in your group. Maybe you're that person that would prefer to talk to somebody on the phone instead of texting. Texting's great because it's just like get straight to the fucking point. Be like, "Hey, want to hang out?" "Yeah, I would, but I'm not feeling well." Meanwhile, they're just like, "I don't want to fucking do anything. I just want to sit there and watch TV." Okay? It's fine. It's great. You don't have to have a long ass conversation of awkward silence. So I get it. I get it. But there's a new college course that's aiming to help them conquer their fears. Check this out. Phone anxiety is something we came across regularly. This is according to Liz Baxter, a careers advisor at Nottingham College. She was telling this to the BBC that the Gen Zers simply don't have the confidence to use the telephone. Come on. Come on. I don't like talking to people, but if I have to do it, I do it. I'm not going to go curl up in a ball in the corner of the shower, rip my clothes off and turn on the water because I have to make a fucking phone call. Is that what you guys are doing, Gen Z? Listen, I know this isn't all Gen Z, and that's got to be frustrating if you're clumped into this and you're like, just make a fucking phone call. They shouldn't have a college course for this. They shouldn't. The UK institution is offering coaching sessions on phone confidence and etiquette to support the Zoomers, as they're called, in overcoming their fear, known as telephonophobia. Imagine if somebody's like, if you're the boss, you'd be like, hey, Kyle, you need to make a phone call. Call this guy, tell him he needs to come over here and pick this up. I gotta run, I gotta do this other thing. And then he's like, oh, I can't do it. It scares me so much. I can't make a phone call. Can I text him? Can I? And then you're like, excuse me, I can't do it. And then I respond with,
Do I give a fuck?
because I don't. I don't give a fuck. That's the answer. Could you imagine that? Kyle's freaking out in the corner. I can't make the phone call.
Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
Nobody's going to have sympathy for you. Look, I get it. Again, I get it. Sometimes you just don't want to talk to people. Sometimes it makes sense to just send a text message or an email or a direct message. But guess what? It's not that hard to make a phone call. Especially if it's just a miscellaneous. If it's somebody you know, I should say that. If it's somebody you don't want to talk to, that's where it's like, God, I don't want to do it. But they're making it like just any kind of phone call. Okay? You need to make a doctor's appointment. I don't know. Can I just do it online? I get that. It's a lot more convenient. I had to make a phone call today to the doctor's office because after this, I have to see if I like fractured part of my foot. It's so fucking painful. But what's annoying is I can walk, but but I notice I'm walking kind of on the side of my foot. If I walk normal, that's when it hurts. And the other day, my son and I were hanging out on the couch, and he jokingly sat on my foot. Keep in mind, my foot's been hurting for about a week and a half. I thought it would just go away eventually. I thought I tweaked it or something. And he jokingly sat on my foot. Oh my God, I thought I was going to black out in pain. I'm also a pussy. That's the other thing, too. Keep that in mind when I tell you that story. Oh, man, that sounds painful. Wait a minute. DeHuff's a pussy. That's why. It makes sense now. His vagina was swollen. Sorry, that bugs a lot of ladies when you say that. Remember we played that audio from Sarah Silverman where she's like, why would you call somebody a pussy as an insult? Pussies get pounded. And guess what? They keep going. You get, somebody kicks you in the vagina. It's not as big of a deal if you kick a guy in the nuts. You can flick a dude in the nuts and he's going to go fall down. So if you say you're instead of saying I'm a pussy, be like, I'm balls or I'm testes, right? She said it funnier, okay? She's much funnier and prettier. I've always had a thing for Sarah Silverman. Oh. Anyway, speaking of sex, not with Sarah Silverman. Oh my God, I like 30 seconds before that I referenced it. Anyway, a woman's nut allergy was triggered after having sex with her boyfriend, her male partner. She said she noted that her partner had eaten Brazilian nuts about 2 to 3 hours prior to having sex, but he had taken a bath. What dude takes a bath? And thoroughly cleaned his teeth and fingernails prior to intercourse. What? Is that a thing? Maybe because he knew she had a nut allergy. But I'm going to say this real quick. If I knew my wife, or if I'm not married, if I knew my girlfriend or the lady I'm going to, partake in a bang session with, that's the elegant way to say it, right? Right? Sounds about right. If I knew she had a nut allergy, I'm not going to be eating nuts that day. Right? If I'm going to be around her, I don't care if it's later in the evening, I'm not going to eat nuts because nut allergies can be super scary. It didn't say this was like a out of the blue, all of a sudden she got an allergy. It sounded like she had a pre-existing condition with this. What a dick. So, speaking of his dick, even though he cleaned himself and scrubbed his fingernails, because that's where it sounds like it's a pre-existing condition, his nut contained nuts. And that put her into a horrible allergic shock. What is it? Anaphylactic shock, where she just like swelled up. Her airways were closing in, and she had to be rushed to the hospital. That's fucked up on that guy's part. That, right? It's pretty basic, though. That's on the dude. And in a way, if she knew he had done this, she should have been a little bit more cautious. But that being said, I didn't know. I guess I don't have allergies, okay? Never banged anybody that has like a nut allergy. Oh, I just ate a peanut butter sandwich and hammered a bowl full of nuts. Let's go fuck, okay? I've never been in that situation. Maybe you have. Maybe you have. I don't know. But it makes sense. It's science. I actually asked Neil deGrasse Tyson about it, and this is and I said, does this make sense? And he said yes. And I said, why are you so confident?
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
Like, why'd you call me a bitch? God, Neil, you're so mean. You're a dickhead.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I just asked Neil for some science advice and said, does this make sense? And he's just like, I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch. That's from Zoolander 2. I watched that the other day. I let my son watch Zoolander, and then we watched Zoolander 2. Both funny. Both funny. I know a lot of people hate on it because they think it's supposed to be like a serious, dramatic movie, or there's actually supposed to be substance in the movie. Who fucking cares? He's a male model that has a difficulty turning left. He's not an ambi-turner, god damn it. It's a great movie. Great movie. Anyway. So if you have a nut allergy, take notice. All joking aside, you got to be careful with that stuff. Again, my brain doesn't go down that path, but it makes perfect sense. To be crude about it, I know that people will, to make their semen taste better for their partner, they'll consume pineapple juice and other things like that. If you're a smoker, I thought somebody said that like it taints the taste of it, whatever. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. What do you prefer? Here's my secret ingredient. I eat watermelon with a twist of honey, and boy, oh boy, does it taste fantastic. Listen, I try it first. You don't try your own stuff. No. Anyway, why did we go down that path? That's your fault, not mine. What the hell's wrong with you? God dang. It's disgusting. Disgusting. Ugh. That's good stuff. You know what? Real quick, let's jump into some sports.
Going deep, tight ends and long balls. No, it's not an invitation to a Diddy party.
Gross!
It's sports with the Huff.
So I was, roaming around the internet last night looking for random stories to talk about. This popped up. Dion has that Amazon series that he's part of and whatever. It's like a documentary. And I'm in this who posted that? Hold on. Oh, Buff's Beat on Twitter posted this clip, and I was just like, holy shit. I had known about it, but to actually hear like a security guy talk about it is pretty fucking jacked up. This is like his head of security talking about all the threats that Deion Sanders got, especially during the CSU rivalry week.
This week before Colorado State game, we received multiple threats concerning people trying to do harm to Coach. There was a very credible threat to individuals that was trying to possibly tackle Coach either before, during, or after the game. So we had to have multiple law enforcement agencies there, SWAT team, CSU PD, as well as Boulder PD. I have to keep my head on a swivel. I have to keep my eyes moving. I really have to watch the crowd, pay attention to everybody's body language, facial expressions, hands, because everybody doesn't love Coach. With all of the death threats, I don't know who is who. Got one job, and that's to make sure that Coach is good, to make sure that he's safe, so that he can go out and coach the team to a victory.
Isn't that wild? We talk about Deion Sanders a lot on this. I mean, it's kind of hard not to. And there's so many people out there that hate his guts, and I still don't know why. It's just easy to bag on him. I think, in all honesty, I posted some videos on my Facebook page, and a lot of the people that hate Deion Sanders are the younger generation. Based off of that, they're. I think some of them are jumping on the bandwagon of hate. They don't know why. And then a lot of them are like, he calls himself Coach Prime. I can't take him serious. And it's like, he's been prime time forever. So I'm just curious of, is that a reason to hate him? Is that a reason to give him death threats too? Man, it's annoying, because if you're a CSU fan or alumni, you're like, come on, guys, that's a bad look on us. And if you're one of those individuals that is just like, I don't care, I fucking hate his guts. Dude, come on, man. Come on, man. Really? What did he do to you? Show me on the doll where Deion hurt you. Nowhere. Nowhere. Come on. Knock it off. It's ridiculous, guys. Seriously. I don't understand it. It's football. I love football. I love watching football, especially the Denver Broncos, right? I love the Denver Broncos. I'm so excited that they're in the playoffs. But guess what? I have never been to a point where, like when going against Tom Brady, when that motherfucker it was either the Broncos or Tom Brady that were just dominating the AFC. And it was mostly the Patriots and Tom Brady. And you know what? You hated his guts, but never once that I was just like, ooh, if he was right in front of me, I'd run him over with my car or some shit like that, or I'd tackle him. Fuck off. Fuck off. God, you guys. Stop. Grow up. Grow up, man. So stupid. I just don't understand people why they think that would be a good idea. But I do know what is a good idea, and that's jumping into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
First off, I gotta read this because I love it when you guys do this. And if you guys do the same thing as Kyle here, I will promote it. And I really appreciate when you guys are kind enough to send out words of affirmation, right? Kyle wrote, dude, your pod is so underrated. Absolutely love your content, man. Keep up the great work, brother. Thanks, Kyle. I really appreciate it. And when I first saw that you wrote that, I was like, oh, I didn't read everything you said. And I was just like, automatically in my brain, I'm just thinking,
Shut the fuck up, Kyle!
God damn it, Kyle. Opening his fucking mouth again, flapping those gums. No, that's awesome. I appreciate that, Kyle. If you want to send me love, please do so. I like it. It makes me feel good. It does. It does. By the way, God, my wife, real quick, in regards to that Zuckerberg story yesterday where he's, on censoring basically Facebook. Oh my God, she is so pissed off. She's like, where was this like 8 months ago when they fucking blocked you from earning money? You know how much money they fucking stole from you? And I'm like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. She's not very happy. She said she wasn't as crude as I make it out to be, but she's not happy with it. As far as she appreciates that from our perspective, selfishly, it's good because I can start earning more money again. But she's like, fucking Zuckerberg, I would kick him right in the dick. She didn't say that. She did not say that. I am putting words in her mouth. It would be hilarious if she said that. If you've ever met my wife, she wouldn't say that to anybody. I'm going to go kick him in the dick. I want to kick somebody in the dick. Hey, what are you guys doing later? Come here, come here, come here. Hey, it's Duff. How's it going? Hey, you listen to the show? I sure do. Then you know what's coming. What? My pee-pee. Anyway, Dougie Doug wrote in. Dougie Doug, I love your name. Dougie Doug. Dougie Doug sent me an email. He said, DeHuff, should the United States purchase Greenland? A lot of rare minerals are there, and that can be used for tech as well as military bases. That's a good point. I don't know if it's a good idea. Like you said, there are a lot of rare minerals that can be used in a lot of devices. My dog's freaking out upstairs. But there's also a military base there. I can't remember the name of it, but it's great for defense of places like Russia. If you think about that, Russia's right there. And as far as defense goes, you got great places like they're either the attacks are going to come from either the side of Greenland or the North Pole type of area. So that's where if for some reason we were able to obtain Greenland and have more of a presence there, because there is a military presence there, it would increase our defenses. So that would be a benefit. Plus, also like with the minerals, that would help, and that would help with if we had access to those and able to mine those. That's something that could go towards the economy and helping. So we're not so reliant on other countries. So there's a lot of benefit to it. I get it. Here's what's crazy. I know a lot of people are bagging on Trump, and that's fine. I get it. This is not the first time the United States has tried to purchase Greenland. In 1867, after buying Alaska from Russia, U.S. Secretary of State William H. Seward led negotiations to buy Greenland from Denmark, but failed to reach any agreement. Then in 1946, the U.S. offered to pay $100 million, which is equivalent to $1.2 billion today for the territory, judging that it was vital for national security, but the Danish government refused. And also, I didn't realize this, but maybe I just spaced it out. Trump also tried to buy Greenland during his first term. Both Denmark and the Greenlandic government rejected the 2019 proposal, saying Greenland is not for sale. I'm saying this, though. If Trump is seriously thinking about buying Greenland, he needs to up the ante. Yeah, here's billions of dollars for it, but also...
Hey, man, got a big box of porn for you.
Right? That's going to seal the deal. Now, if for some reason that doesn't work, I mean, come on. A lot of people, they think with their stomachs.
What is it, Chaka? What did you say?
Chorizo tacos.
Are you saying chorizo tacos?
Don't play around because I'm super hungry.
Okay, chorizo tacos, that could seal the deal. Listen, guys, spread the word. That's how you get Greenland to be part of the United States. Box of porn and chorizo tacos. It's simple, guys. It's simple. I would like to say it's science, but you know who's going to be like, hey, you can't say that. And I'll be like, why?
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch.
That guy, he's always listening. He's always listening, that Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think it's interesting to think about. But ultimately, it comes down to the Dutch and to the people of Greenland. Do they want this? And it sounds like Denmark doesn't. And I know there's conflicting reports on what the people of Greenland want. So it will be interesting to see what happens with that. I also saw that he wants to rename the Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. I think that's kind of cool. But to me, it's just like, but why? I know it's just because it's one of those things that adds to his legacy. Ultimately, that one definitely would add to his legacy, because he's going to be like, well, I'm forever going to be in the history books as somebody that changed it from Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America. Same thing if we acquired Greenland, he's going to be the president that made that happen. And that is a huge addition. I know he's been making claims about Canada. That's interesting. I don't see that happening. But fuck, could you imagine, though? I know that they were sending out maps. Yeah, I think it was yesterday and the day before of what the United States would look like if we had all of North America. It's fucking wild when you think about that. Let's just say, I know he rubs a lot of people the wrong way. I get it. But let's just play pretend for a second, okay? I'll be the doctor. You just pull your. Sorry. No, we're thinking of this. Like, you look at the map, and if it's just all of North America, holy fuck, man, that's a lot of land. It's a lot of land, and when you look at it from a security perspective, yeah, it's a lot more secure. So it's interesting. I can kind of see his point, but that being said, I don't see this happening. None of it. I don't. Especially the Canada thing. Maybe if they do, I could maybe see the Greenland thing. Maybe. But I don't know. Ultimately, the way I look at it is I'd prefer we as a country focus on fixing our country, what exists now. Not to get too political. I know. But fix what's broken here, what we have here. Like, for instance, the health industry. When I go to the doctor later today, I have to tell her about, not only do I have a jacked up foot, but I also have, since I'm in here, I also have a jacked up knee that has been, she's going to go, well, how long has that been bothering you? I'm going to be like, I've had difficulty walking and bending down and stuff like that for about a year and a half. It's because I don't want to deal with the expenses, the nonsense that comes with it. Like, my hip is fucked up, but it's not fucked up enough for the insurance company to do anything about it. So I'm like, I just got to deal with it. That stuff's broken. There's so many things broken that if purchasing Greenland, it definitely Greenland, but and then throw it in there, why not? If changing it, the name of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, if that helps our country and helps the people of the country, well, sure, fuck, let's do it. Let's all push for it. But I don't know if it's enough. The Greenland one, though, I can see because of the financial benefits because of the minerals that are there on that land. And if they're able to mine those out, those can go towards computers and whatever else, a whole bunch of other things. So in all honesty, of all those things, that's the only one where I can lean towards that. That'd be kind of cool if all of a sudden we had 51 states. And then poor Puerto Rico is going to be like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? Come on. Really? Virgin Islands, same thing. This is bullshit. You guys are dicks. I think I got that right. It's been a long time since I've done geography and any sort of history things. I don't know. You guys let me know. It's obviously very controversial, and it's a very interesting debate. I want to hear more of the pros, and I want to hear more of the cons on it. I would definitely not vote on it if it came down to a vote. I wouldn't know which way to vote for right now officially. I need a lot more information. And to be honest, we all do before we really lean on one side or the other. Maybe you have a lot more information. Please feel free to share it. I love that stuff. That's fascinating. As long as it's factual, that's all I care about. Thank you guys for tuning in. Kyle, you're a great person. I really do appreciate you listening. All of you guys, I really appreciate listening. You guys make this show work. I can't say thank you enough. And you're the ones that are making it the #1 podcast, comedy podcast in the state of Colorado. I think what we need to do is just see if we could just increase it even more and just say we'll just say the Western United States. That would be fantastic if we could do that. By the way, quick shout out to everybody dealing with that craziness over in California where everything seems to be on fire over there. And that's scary. That's some scary shit. I know we've dealt with that a lot here in Colorado, and you're very vulnerable in certain areas. And it's scary. You think you're gonna there's a lot of people that are waiting till the last minute to evacuate. And part of me gets that because you don't want to be the one that is just like, I don't want to evacuate and it doesn't even come close. But then it's just like, just lean on the side of caution. Just lean on the side of caution because that shit's scary. That's your lives. I understand it's your homes. But at the end of the day, what's more important? Physical things or your life? I shouldn't say physical things. I should say just random objects, pictures, and whatever. Those are great memories, etc. But your life is more important, and your family's life's more important. So be safe out there if you're in California. I can't say enough in regards to that. Just that's got to be scary. It's got to be scary. And a lot of people here in Colorado can sympathize with you because we've been through it. So anyway, that's scary stuff. I will say this real quick. If you're getting out of your car here in a second, going into the store, when you're headed back in to your vehicle, keep this in mind.
Hey, try not to suck any dick on the way through the parking lot.
You're welcome. Woo, that felt good. Listen, we ended on a kind of like a downer stuff, so I had to bring it up. I had to bring everything back up. I lifted it up. I was like Josh Groban. You lift me up.
This is fucked.
Okay, my dogs are freaking out. Some dickhead solicitors probably out there. Excuse me, sir. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? No, I haven't. I worship Satan. I'm the devil. I'm kidding. Well, I just upset somebody. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Big thanks to Bet Online. It's the Huff Uncensored. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.